All right. So the continuation, day one. Today, today we'll be learning about from real projects to real job readiness. That means we'll be learning about in the first half real world data analytics projects, that how actually the companies work on the projects, how actually they understand the data. Okay. And then in the second half, we learn about the resume folio and how to search for the jobs. That is especially for data analytics. Okay. I'll try to make it more generic, but let's concentrate more on data analytics. Okay. All right. So people, first session of day two, what we'll do is try to learn about how actually the companies, especially when they actually think about data analytics, how they actually try to get the projects, get the data, how they're actually developed, how they're actually delivered, how they're actually those things actually will concentrate. That means the topic for today is real world data analytics project. Okay, right. So from business problem to business insight, a professional end-to-end analytics workflow. So what we'll do right from scratch. Yesterday in the session, we learned about how to prepare the data. Then we saw by using this AI tools how we can actually create a dashboard completely. But still, we're not satisfied with that. So many glitches in that. There are so many problems in that. So how actually we can study the entire data from scratch and prepare a proper complete project, which is used by the companies. Okay, right. So people, in this session, the objectives, that means by the end of the session, what all actually will carry before we finish the session. Say by the end of the session, participants, you'll be learning about how companies approach real world analytic projects. This is the main thing what you have to actually understand, especially the students, the freshers. Okay. Why I already told you that this entire boot camp is for people who are actually students and who are actually looking for job, and also freshers. For professionals, almost these things are known, but still they'll get some insights how they can actually prepare for the job. Next, how analysts identify KPIs and business questions. We'll also see what are KPIs. Yesterday, we just understood about what are KPIs, but today we'll go work more on how KPIs are actually understood, how KPIs are actually calculated, and how they're actually shown in the dashboard. Then, how to decide between whether I should use Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, or Python. So, how to decide which skills, which application I should use, then how to present, say, I found some insights. Now, how will I actually present those insights to the client to explain this is where you have gone wrong, this is where you are right, this is what the profit is. So, how actually I can explain whether I should do directly by using the dashboard or whether I should do it by using this presentation. So, how actually you can convey the findings to the stakeholders. How business requirement becomes an analytics project. For example, there is a requirement. There are some data. How actually I can convert that into how I can analyze the data into a project. How can I actually create some dashboard out of this data? That will be learning. How to understand and assess a data set. Data set can be from various different sources. It can be from SQL. It can be from Excel. It can be from CSV. So it can be from various different formats. How can I actually try to understand and analyze this particular data set? Then we'll also see how data moves from raw data to dashboard and insights. We'll also understand about how actually the data what we have that can be converted into a finished product. A raw data and the finished product. The finished product is nothing but the dashboard, the storyboard, where the client or the user will understand very easily this data, which it's very difficult for me to understand, to make it more easily understandable. Okay. All right. So this is what we'll be learning by the end of this particular session. So here we'll go and we'll see how companies work on analytics project. Most of the people who come here, they want to get job. You learn, say some people are there, they'll say, I want job, that's all. I don't know what you're teaching. I just want one job. Never be like that. First of all, you should know what skills I have. Suppose if you don't have skills, then how will you go and ask for a job? If you go for a company, they'll ask, what do you know? I know so many things. I know, swimming, I know cricket, I know football, everything I know. But what will that skills do with the company? Long back, I was actually taking an interview for, one company. I went there. I was actually seeing one profile. You know what the person has written? Watching TV, and he's put one, separate section as hobbies. And what is his expertization? Say football, cricket, reading newspaper, all these things, hobbies and everything he has added. What his assumption is, if he add all those things, the number of pages will increase, and people will think that more the number of pages, more skill he is having. Those days are gone, and no one is bothered about what hobbies you have, what kind of sports you are actually mastering. Who wants that? The companies want the skills what the company is actually required. Now, say for example, your mom or dad or parents will tell, go and get the mixie repaired. Will you go for some other shop, say some shop and say you repair the mixie? You'll go to the exact repair shop only, right? Why? Because he's expert in that. If you go to some other shop, he will say, I don't know, or he might spoil that particular product itself, right? Yes, sir. Same thing when you go for, see, you also have to think like that. When you think that you are going to a right person to get your product repaired, that means the company is also looking for the right person for working on the project. So make sure that first you evaluate yourself, whether I'm actually fit for this company, whether I'm fit for this project, whether I'm fit for this particular, say task what they are, doing. That is why in the yesterday session, in the, the placement session what we took, I was talking about read the JD. I don't know how many of you did the homework yesterday. Okay, but if you would have done, at least you would have got simple idea that yes, JD is very important. Analytics project. That means understanding the professional mindset behind every analytics engagement. We are all freshers. Let's assume that we don't know anything. We are zero now, and we'll understand how the companies actually will work on the analytics project. Let's go step by step. Okay. 5 lakh rows, the sales data, it has been given to me. I don't know anything now. Okay. Let's say I'm a beginner. Imagine a company gives you 5 lakh rows of sales data. What will you do first? The question. Okay. What will you do first? Suppose if this data is given, most of the people, what they do? They'll open in Excel. Then they'll start creating pivot table, then create some dashboard, write some SQL queries or something, something they keep on doing. They're not planning. They don't know what to do. They just want to create one dashboard, impress the boss. This happened to me in one of the projects. Happened to me when I was a team lead. There was one project. Okay, I had given this project to one of the freshers. He told, I want to work on this project. I need some experience and all. You know what he has done? He has created almost 58 reports. I still remember 58 reports where the client doesn't need anything. He wanted one simple 5 to 6 reports only. When he checked that, we were so, surprised. What he's doing from last 1 week? It was just 2 days project. It took 1 week, 5 days. Because I didn't check. I was thinking that he's a fresher, he's taking some time. then I told, it is not that you're creating 58 reports. It is the required 5 reports only you have to create. Don't jump into project just like that. You work on a project 2 days instead of 1 day, no problem. But whatever client asks, only that you have to do. Let's assume like this. Next week, my cousin's marriage is there. I want to get my suit stitched. You go to Tailor and you'll give XYZ hero, say what. He will think, let me do something more alteration, and he will do something extra. And if you get that suit, the last minute, and if it is not, up to your mark, how will you feel? You have only 1 day. Tomorrow is the function. Tomorrow is the marriage. Your suit is not good today. Then what will you do? Won't you feel upset? Same thing, the client also will feel upset. You have a project. The dashboard has to be sent tomorrow, and you have spoiled it. How will the client feel? Will he pay you? He will start blasting. You also will do the same thing, right? For the tailor. You also say, I'm not going to pay, you have spoiled my cloth. Understand? So in general, we also do same thing, right? So if you want to do that, we also should be very specific, right? So whenever you are going for a job, why I'm telling all these things is, most of the students, see, I told you the mindset of the students will be, or freshers will be that I did everything correct. All the answers, everything is fine. They rejected. There are some instances. I'm not telling that every time, the companies only are correct. I'm not standing with the companies always. I'm standing with the students also. I'm here to make students stronger. But some students I've seen, they'll not do properly. They don't accept their mistake at all. Don't do that. Okay. So since we are actually thinking of project, think here, say, don't directly jump into the project. Don't assume that, okay, I'll finish the project in Excel. What should I do? Problem first, not the tool first. Understood? Say, what beginners will do, which tool should I use? Directly they'll start jump into this project, Excel, SQL, Power BI, whatever they know, they'll start, creating. Finally, they'll end up with nothing. Okay. But what professionals will do? What business problem trying to solve? They start with business objective, then work backward to data, tools, and analysis. Now the students might ask the question, sir, we don't know anything. Then what should we do? Then how will we know that you have to go and check the business problem only? That is what I was telling. That is what we are actually training you people. That how 10 years and get the experience. You can just sit with some experienced and understand what they are doing, then you can get knowledge. That's more than enough. You can start your career. Right? So I have my experience. I'm actually sharing all my experience. If you see in my class, I'll be keep on telling my experience. That might actually be useful for you. Go to interview also. Okay. So whenever you get any project, don't directly jump into the tool. What you do is just try to understand what is the business problem, why they're actually giving me this project, what are the requirements. Take one full day, no problem. Plan it, understand, and then start working on the project. You think I need some guidance from someone? Go approach. Don't feel shy. In the company, you should not feel that if I ask him, will scold. You are not working for your family work or something, right? You're not working your personal work. It is the company's work. That means everyone are responsible for that, correct? Most of the freshers actually, what they do when they actually get any project, they'll get afraid to ask their seniors. They'll not go and approach someone. You know why? They'll think if I ask, he might scold. If I'll ask, they might say that you don't know this. But if you're not doing this, if you're not working on this, don't do that. You have a doubt, you're not able to move. Go and sit with your seniors. If the scold, you tell, see, if you're not teaching me, then how will I actually proceed? That is how the mindset of the fresher should. Okay? Don't hesitate. Right. Typical corporate analytics workflow. Why I'm showing this? Why? Because people have not worked on any project. Say, for example, you would have not seen any corporate companies how they work. But I'm telling, by my experience, all these are my experiences I'm actually sharing it. Let's say, you know how actually it works? Client, business, stakeholder. What is business or stakeholder? Stakeholder is nothing but to actually give us project. We go and sit with the client. We'll ask, what is your problem? What is that you need from us? That's what the questions will start. We call it as brainstorming. Brainstorming means what? We're just sitting and discussing about anything and everything. Okay, it will be like, they'll keep on discussing so many questions. They'll have hundreds of questions, good, bad, ugly, everything they'll discuss. And then they'll come to all the requirements or the business problems. So all problems will be that requirement gap. Now we have a problem. That means we have to do something, right? We have to gather tools, whatever it is. You can relate to your personal life also. Just think about it. You have a problem. What will you do? You go straight away to your friends or your brother, parents, someone will approach. Right? You're discussing that problem. Then what they do? They'll suggest you something. Right? Think like that. Everything can be related to our personal life. Everything is common sense. Now you say requirement gathering. Requirement gathering is like understanding what all I need to solve this problem. We have to solve the problem. Now, data identification. Data identification means we are working on data analytics, correct? That means we need the data. Because of this problem, we understand we have to get all the data. Now, we're trying to collect all the data. Now, the data can be in SQL Server. It can be in Excel. It can be in CSV. It can be in various different formats, correct? You understand a company. So it's not that throughout globally, all the companies should have only Excel. The data can be in MySQL. The data can be in SQL. The data can be in a CSV file, or it can be in any different formats, right? So we are actually trying to gather, and now what we're trying to do is we're trying to extract the data. This identification, they have a big server, they have 300 columns, various different parameters. For my project, I want only 100 columns. What will I do with the 300 columns? Amazon, they have their own warehouse. Yes, we order something. Are we ordering the whole warehouse? No. What do we order? Whatever we require. Then from that warehouse, they'll bring and they'll give what is required, correct? Same thing. Think about like that. We have a data warehouse. Data warehouse means all the data is done. Now we're actually trying to extract. How are we extracting? We are using SQL, MySQL. There are various different tools where we extract the data. Now, when I extract the data, doesn't mean that the records, what I'm getting, is all clean. We saw an example of Bengaluru. Some people will say BLORE. Some people will say Bangalore. Some people will say Bengaluru. In that, some people will make some spelling mistakes. Like we are getting that kind of data, we have to clean and prepare the data. If you're not cleaning, then again you have to go back here. It will become very difficult for us to finish the project. Then after everything is done, data preparation, everything, we'll do analysis. When I'm actually trying to do the analysis, that means I'm seeing the data, that what are the reports we actually discuss by using to analyze them. Then after that, we create the dashboard. There are so many small process. If I go to that, it will become too long. Dashboard and report. We create the dashboard and report. Dashboard and report is nothing but it is the pictorial way of telling the story. I gave an example of Harry Potter, reading the novel and watching the movie. This data identification is like a novel. This dashboard is like a movie. So which is more easier? The dashboard, correct? So we actually prefer this dashboard. After this, we have this insight. What are the insights? Based on the dashboard, we can check. Let's say I have 4 regions. North is 20%. South is 18%. East is 49%. West is 5%. So now we can say that out of all this, East is getting 49%. That means East is doing very good sales, very good profit in the Q3. This is something like an example inside. So now what they do, West is going only some 5%. That means there is some problem there. Go and start checking that. So all these kind of documentations, all these kind of information, they're called as insights, which will help us in business recommendation. 5%, very less. That means something is going wrong there. We have to start thinking about it so that we can increase the sales, increase the profit. Decision. Who will take the decision? The one who is sitting here, right? All the top management will sit here. They will take the decision. Now you understood the entire chain, how actually it works. This slide, okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot. Don't worry, I will send you this. In the end, the second session, I'll give my number, message me. I will send this particular document to you because I'm not sending to everyone, only for those who have attended only I'm sending this. So later in the afternoon session, I will give my number, message me, I will send you the entire document. There are so many other documents for checklist, job prompts, LinkedIn prompts, everything I will share. Okay, so this entire thing, okay, this is not just in the chat GPT or something I've done. I made a list and then I gave to chat GPT. That gave me some good, chat and all that I've done here, but this is the process I used to follow. Okay, so every professional analytics project moves through the same chain. Some people actually have, some changes there, but this is what I follow, which has been successful for me. 99% of success I've seen with this chain. I followed 99%. Every time when I get some project, I actually follow this. So I have got the success. I'm telling why 1%? Because I cannot say 100% I'm successful. They'll say this guy is telling lies. Some 1% somewhere we actually make some mistakes, right? Yeah. But yes, it has worked me throughout my career. I've followed this since my career. Okay. Right. So from business stakeholders need all the way to data-driven decisions. So this, you try to follow this when you are working on a project, when you are an intern, you're working on a project, or after you join the job also, or if you're already in the job, if anybody is there online or already working, you can still follow this, the chain, what you call it as. Okay. Right. Start with the business problem. Now what we'll do, we'll start understanding the business problem now. Okay. All right. Right. What is a business problem? Business problem doesn't mean that your business is gone. The company is getting closed. You can't band. No, it's not like that. There is a problem. Problem is it can be anything, small, big, anything. Okay. Business problem is a situation where an organization needs information or analysis to make a better decision or improve their performance. So problem, most of the times, the problem actually will be that we are getting less profit. That is the main problem actually for the company. If you are getting more profit, that means the rest, all the other problem can be easily solved. Okay, why? Because if money is there, most of the problems in the company can be solved. That is the funda. Some problems will be there. In personal life also, right? If you have more money, you still have, time to take decision. Not telling that money only can solve all the problems, but I'm telling major problems. 99% of the problems can be solved by money. I can challenge you. Only 1% here and there, we can do that. Okay. Right. So, example, our sales are falling. See, that is the main problem, right? The analyst must ask which product, which region, which customers, which channel, since when, how much decline, is profit also declining? See how many questions? All the questions will relate to this sales falling. This is not yet a complete analytics requirement. So this is not yet a complete. Let me tell you one example. Okay, I know people. I think where people were there in the school or something. This Nokia, when the mobile came, it was ruling global. When Nokia mobiles came, everyone had Nokia mobiles, the keypad mobiles. Then 1100, there was one model. Okay, I don't know if people know that or not. When we were actually, I was just fresh at that time. 1100 mobile, it was very cheap, but very the best mobile I can say. Even if you throw it from 10th floor, also it was not breaking. It was like that. Nokia ruled the entire world for some time. Android software came. They want, they actually asked, update this to your mobile. They told, no, we have our own operating system, we'll use it. Samsung started using this Android. And I don't have to tell what happened to Nokia after this Android and iOS came. So now Nokia is still struggling, right? Because if that day they would have taken the decision of updating themselves with Android mobile, today they would have been number one mobile company, right? But now you see there are so many companies came, yes, but Nokia didn't upgrade, didn't update. Same thing will happen to all of us if we are not updating ourselves. If we are not upgrading ourselves, we will also become like Nokia. But Nokia is still, it's going good. Somehow it's actually getting merged with Microsoft. Something they're doing will also become like that otherwise. So that's why I'll always tell, make sure that you'll upgrade and update yourself. So people, what I'm trying to tell is when there is some sales falling, they should have done that analysis. Why we are actually falling? Why? The questions. Ask any number of questions. The business problem is solved. You will get answer somewhere, right? So a business problem is nothing but the situation where an organization need information or analysis to make a better decision or improve the performance. It is easily possible. People, I'll tell you, by the data, you can easily solve the problem. Okay, right. Turning a vague statement into analytical questions. What is that? Let's say our sales are falling. Before touching any data, a good analyst asks, forget data. If you're a analyst, how it will be. Which product? That means because of which product you're actually trying or facing this problem. Which region? Which region you're actually facing this problem. So if you just see this, all are questions which are related to the sales decline. I don't read all the questions, but there are so many questions like this. If you're an analyst, you should start asking questions. Imagine you are data analyst, Excel expert, you know each and everything in Excel. You go and sit. If they ask you to solve the problem, if you don't know how to solve the problem, but you're expert in Excel, then there is nothing, you're waste. So you should be able to solve that problem. To solve the problem, you should understand the problem first. Understood? So please make sure that if you want to become an analyst, I'm not telling the data analyst or business analyst or anything. In general, I'm both data and business analyst, both should be aware of all this. Okay. Ask the right question. What is that? Say, a retail company says our profits have decreased in this quarter. What questions should you ask? What is the question we should ask? Say, How much as the profit decreased? Which products are affected? As revenue changed? Compared with which period? Which regions? Which customers? As cost increased? Reason can be 100. I gave you, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. In Diwali season, you won't get more enrollments. Why? Because people travel. No one will come, right? So what should we do at that time? That time we'll increase our offers. The people will feel that, okay, let's, register now. We can attend later. So once actually we did that, there was no sales for us, no registrations, November and December. Because of this Thanksgiving Day and all, most of the people actually work in MNC companies, right? What they do, they'll give, holidays. So that time, the entire month, November and December, we'll not have any registrations. We'll like to face all these kind of problems. Especially in India, the problem is if we get the Indian holidays also, we have problem. US holidays also, we'll have problem. Right? Okay. So you know what strategy I did? I mentioned saying that yes, you register now, 50% discount. But we did this actually. 50% discount means not increasing the price and again decreasing. No, we didn't do that. The actual cost 50% we decreased. And we mentioned that you register now. You have 1 year time, any time you can join. We got almost 25 registrations. So I'm just telling you, as an analyst, if you think, if you want to increase your business or if you want to improve, you should think like an analyst. You should see what best I can do for the company. We can do all this because of the data. Okay, right. I'm not telling that you have to improve the business. I'm telling at least you should understand the problem. Solution, it will come automatically. Okay, right. Understanding business requirements. So after a few slides, we'll start some practicals also. Okay, don't worry. I'm not just boring you people. I'm just telling you the scenario. Understanding business requirements. Now comes the next step, the business requirements. What is a business requirement? The business requirement describes what the business needs from a solution in order to achieve a particular object. Business requirement. Say management wants a sales dashboard. Why do they need? Monitor total sales. Compare sales by region. Identify top performance products. Track monthly sales trends. Monitor profit. Then compare sales targets versus actual sales. See, if you just see those scenarios, see those points, everything is about how we can improve the business. Can you say this? Identify top performing products. You know why they do that? They feel that say top 5 products which are actually going very good in the market, they'll start increasing the production. Understood? Why? Because the sales happen. N10 or some product Nokia released. Okay. N10 or N09 something. I forgot the product. It was actually the first mobile where we had this touch screen with this memory chip. 1100 was actually in the market. The new product was not getting sold because of this 1100. You know what Nokia did? Immediately they stopped this 1100 to increase the sales of this new product. The strategy, what happened, that is something different. The strategy is, you have to take decisions like this. My product, my new launch has to be more, sold. Then what should I do? So they'll take all these decisions. Right? So if you want to do that, the business requirement, you should understand what is the business requirement and then worker. What is that? I'll tell you. Who will use this report? Who is the one? Whether it is just the data analyst or the vice president or the CEO, who is using this particular reports dashboard? Why is the report required? What decisions should be supported? How frequently should this be updated? How should the information be presented? Where does the data come from? People, when we create the dashboard for CEO, the dashboard for senior data analyst, it will differ. If you go and check the CEO dashboard, it will be nothing, just only summarize the reports. It as summarized reports. Why? Because the CEO will not be bothered about each and every region. He's not bothered about it. You know what he'll be asking this year, how much of profit we did. That's the first question he will ask. What is the profit? The next, sales. Then again, which region is doing best? So for him, everything is summarized. But when it comes to data analyst or senior data analyst, the dashboard should be like in detail. Sometimes you also have this hierarchical reports. Some CEOs, some managers are very much particular about seeing the in depth of all the reports, all the hierarchies. So depending on that, we have to create the report. So for that, we have to follow this particular framework. Okay. Convert request into requirements. What is that? Say the HR manager wants an employee dashboard, right? That is his requirement. Now, ask students to identify, forget this, users, KPIs, analysis. Say, we have to understand, now I'm creating a dashboard. I'm creating this for HR manager. Now we have to think about how actually the HR will use this particular dashboard. We have to become like an HR. Why? Because, then only we can understand completely, right? Otherwise, you'll not know what actually the user will, how they're actually using that particular dashboard. Okay. So convert all the, the request into requirements. Identify KPIs and business questions. Now what we'll do after understanding this, we'll try to work on something in ChatGPT and try to understand how KPIs are actually calculated, how the business questions are asked. Okay. So till now, it was just like a meeting or discussion or something. That's why I couldn't show any practically. From now on, we'll work on few things. Okay. All right, people. So, okay, before I go, then let me check with the people online. People online, till now, how is it going? I know I don't think you'll be able to send any message, but tell me in the Q&A, how is it going till now? Informative, okay. Others? They're getting some points, yeah. It's not more of technical, but now we'll think about technical, more technical. Okay. All right. Right, people. So let's move on. Okay. Lots to discuss. So let's move on. Identifying KPIs and business questions. First, let's understand what these KPIs are. We already have discussed about what KPIs are, but again, I'll tell you, KPI is nothing but a key performance indicators. Key performance report. What is that? Actually, we need more, say, which is more important for me. I want sales. That is more important for me. Profit. That is more important for me. If I want to know, then I need to have some calculation. To calculate this KPIs are very simple. How? Say I want total sum. Total sales. That means I use sum. I want total profit. Then I'll say sum of profit. Understood? So likewise, suppose, I want to have the KPIs. How to get the KPIs? I'll show you in a very simple way, but we'll understand this slide and then we'll work on that. Business objective, improve employee retention. This is a HR dashboard. Let's assume that. He wants to retain the employee. Business question, which departments have highest attrition? Does salary experience influence it? Now, let's think about like this. Let's be an HR. There are some people who are resigning. Suddenly they are resigning. Now the thing is, if people are resigning, that means there is some problem with the company. The companies are least bothered when they are firing. They are least bothered. Why? Because they want to save the company. They want to save the money. But when the projects are good, they are getting more and more projects. Profit is increasing, but the companies are seeing that their good employees are resigning. Then there is some problem. That will be very dangerous for any company if they lose any trusted, experienced, the employees. Again, it is very difficult to build such kind of employees. So they have to check why there is attrition, why there are people resigning. To retain, what are we supposed to do? Say in the company, most of the people resign. First thing is about salary. They want more salary. Second thing is because of the management. Third thing is their growth. That is, again, it comes to salary. They're getting good salary in some other company, they leave, right? Now, you know why? The HRs will sit and they'll speak, whoever resigns, they'll speak to them saying that what is that we can do to retain you. Okay, if you are a fresher, you will not be knowing. If you are a student, you will not be knowing. But in the company, if you think you are a key resource, they don't want to lose you. They are ready to pay you more if they think that it is very good to retain. So if they are leaving, then all these analysis again they have to do. Now here, what are the analysis? Say attrition rate, employee count, average salary, average experience, average ratings. All these are KPIs. They'll try to check how many of them left. Month one, month two, month three. Then again they'll check the salary, average salary what we are giving. It is on average or it is like below average. Okay, imagine once it happened actually in my company only. In another department, manager was getting less salary than his subordinate. Okay, so it happens like this. Then imagine how will be the manager's condition. Manager is getting say 5,000 rupees and his subordinate is getting 8,000 rupees, 3,000 more than the manager. Then obviously he'll feel very bad. Correct. So things have happened like this also. So there are various different reasons. I cannot say that this is the exact reason why the people resign. Okay. All right. So KPI versus metrics. KPI is what? Key performance indicator, a measurable value that helps an organization track performance against an important business objective. So there is something called as metric as well. What is metric? Say it is something what we call it as calculations. Not all the calculations will be KPI. KPI is what? Important. Key performance. See, a metric that is particularly important for evaluating a business objective. Every KPI is a metric, but every metric is not KPI. Understood? Yeah. Metric is a calculation. It can be anything, but not all the calculations will be KPI. KPIs are what? They are one of the metrics actually. Now, what we'll do, okay, we'll take this data only. Okay, I'll take this data. I have yesterday I showed you some data, right? It's the same data. What I'll do is we'll go here, we'll open our chat GPT, we'll only see the KPIs and the business problems. Okay, let's open the chat GPT. Previously, all these things we used to do manually. It was taking a lot of time. I told you. Now, let me go here and I'll take this data. And this data also I'll be sharing it with you people. Okay, the entire thing, whatever is there here, I'll share it with you. Let me take this data. Okay, we'll take this Excel only. Just drag it, drop it. Okay, so let's make our AI behave as the senior data analyst. Act as senior data analyst. Okay, act as senior data analyst. Now, the AI will think like a data analyst. Attached data. Please give all the possible KPIs and business problems with solutions. What we'll do to make it more easy, business solutions with solutions in a table. So that will be easy for me to compare. Problem, solution, right? Okay. Here what I'll do, make it attach data. We'll give like this, like a bullet point only. Please give all the possible KPIs with the formulas. That is more easier right now to create the KPIs. I'll say business problems with solutions in a table. Okay. Let me. I just wanted only KPIs and business problems. Let's see. Okay. If you wanted more, yesterday you saw that I gave so many tasks, right? Charts, reports, columns, everything. But now I'm only interested in this KPIs, which I can actually generate with this particular data and the business problems and what solutions for this business problems. Okay. All right. So here the KPIs, can you see this? Oh my God, there are so many KPIs which we can actually create. See, it has given the result also. Let's go and check. Total sales, see, sum of sales. Total cost, sum of cost. Gross profit. Gross profit is nothing but total profit. Profit margin. Profit margin is nothing but sum of profit divided by sales. Then total orders. Say total orders, we use this distinct count. Count means it will count the entire, the customers who is there. So orders are there. So we'll say distinct count. It will count only the unique ones. Distinct is nothing but unique. So likewise, you can see here all the possible, see, all the possible formulas for each KPIs has been given. Now I can use this in my dashboard. Let's go and see the business problems. Okay. Okay. Still, there are so many KPIs. So you don't have to use all the KPIs. It's given almost so many KPIs. Okay. Geographic KPIs. Okay. Oh my God, it has been so many KPIs here. Okay. Okay. See the business problems. Sales growth may be slowing down. Say compare month sales. Recommended solution, identify declining periods, launch target campaigns. Say KPI to this, how to monitor sales growth percentage. This is nothing but say previous month I had say 200 rupees. This month I have 300 rupees. So how much of growth? Whether it is in growth or not. Okay. So likewise, we can do that. Say products, we have this product margin. So likewise, if you go and check, see there are so many. What it has done is it's given almost everything. So in that best, now suppose if you think, I want only the best one. See here all the questions are also there. People, I'll tell you one thing very frankly. We never used to write all these questions. Some 5 to 10 questions are enough. Because this AI, we're getting so many questions. In depth, we can go now. Now, what I'll do, I don't want so many. I'll say, give me top 5 KPIs and very important 5 business problems. That's all. There are hundreds. Client himself will get scared if he gives one. Okay. So here, see, these are always there. Okay. These KPIs, total sales, total profit, then profit margin, total orders. Okay. These are some top 5. Let's go and check some 5 problems. Say high sales but low profitability. This is also a big problem actually. You're doing so much of sales, there's no profit then. So very big problem, right? Very big problem actually. Excessive discounting may be reducing profit. This even we have faced. I told you, right? say I've seen many institutes, what they do is they'll increase the price and then they'll give discount. So what we do is we'll give the discount with the actual price itself. So what happens? Our sales are good, but you're not making profit. Okay, so that is fine. So I'm telling that, okay, people are getting benefited, but even we have to survive, right? So if it's a business, then again, you have to think about everything. I'm just giving an example. So that's also a problem. Now, if you see high product return rate, some customer segments may be more valuable than others. So we have to retain. You know, you might get a sudden call from bank or some Amazon or some shops saying that, sir, you are our premium customers. So we are giving this offer only for you for the premium customers. They will tell for everyone like that only, so that then purchase. But you have seen that, right? The premium customers or forget all those things. Near your shop, near your house, there is one shop. Frequently keep going. They'll become very close to you, right? So when actually you purchase something, they might say, if it is like 82 rupees or something, you say, I have only 80 rupees. They'll say, okay, 2 rupees chalega. Yes or no? They'll say, okay, 2 rupees you give sometimes whenever you have or leave it, right? So they have to retain. To retain that, what you have to do. So if you're not retaining that, again, there is a problem. You cannot lose the customers, right? They are the ones who actually giving business. So marketing channels may generate sales, but different levels of profit. So, there'll be so many various different problems. Now you understood how actually we can identify the KPIs and business problem. It's just to identify how to create that is secondary. Understood? So likewise, people, you should understand. So when you come to this detailed class, right, then I'll explain about this, how to actually create this dashboard. Now, what we're actually, yesterday I told you, right, it's just an overview, that's all. But when you come to the class, the actual class, then it will be like complete elaborated, we'll actually learn. Okay. All right. So let's go to next slide. So all these are some challenges or whatever. So we have seen this, right? All this. If you go and check, all these are there. Average order value. Let me show you. See, this is something. These are all some common KPIs in all the dashboards. Okay. Understanding the data. This we already have done this. Yesterday also we have done this, right? But still, today also we'll just see. Say what data we need. Once requirements are clear, assess the raw fields available in the data set. What is that? You should ask yourself, can we answer our business questions with this data? I have some business problems. The data what they've given, whether this will actually solve the problem, whether this will give me the answer for those questions, what the business problem has got. Understood? So we should check the data. In that, we should check all the records, all the columns, and then feel that yes, all the problems, all the questions, what the client is asking, with this data, I can solve it. With this data, I can create the reports which will help the client. So this is what you have to think. Okay. All right. So we understood this. Yeah. What we'll do, we'll write the prompt again and we'll understand the data and we'll ask a question that whatever business problems, the 5 business problems we had, can this be solved with this data? Okay. Right. Now what we'll do, we'll go back. Now what I'll do is I'll take these questions. Okay. I will go to Excel. I'll take only the questions. Okay. Can you see this? I got only the questions now. Only 4 are there. Let me just check. Here I left one more. Okay. Let me put it here. Right. We say above are the business problems. Can we solve this by the attached data set? Now we can solve it. Why? Because the questions have been pulled by that data itself. Okay, I'm just telling you, suppose if you're getting a new data, if the questions has been given by your client, then put these questions and say attach the data and ask the questions. As of now, the questions have been built based on that data itself. So it will obviously say yes, sir. But what I'm telling is, next time when you get some business problem questions and you have the data, ask the same question, it will give the results. If at all it is not able to solve, then what you can do? We can ask the client, this column is not available. This data is not available. What to do? Okay. So all 5 business problems can be investigated, largely and answered. See, excessive discounting may be reducing the profit. So here, can we solve it? Yes. Partially it is saying. So we can ask why partially, why can't fully. So you can ask the questions like that. So it is given all the columns here. This question say high product return rate. Can we solve this? Yes. The data set has all this. So for every questions, it has given the answers, explanation, everything. So in detail, we learn this because now if I start teaching everything, it will become, it take a lot of time otherwise. Okay. All right. So it is giving me the table also. So you just see how your output should be. Start developing skills of using these things. Okay. ChatGPT can help you a lot. Okay. So some people actually say that, sir, I using Copilot. Copilot also works similarly, but I'm not sure it'll give you so in depth of the content. But still, you can try with Copilot also with the same prompts. Okay, because it is inside the what is that Microsoft Office, so you can do that aspect. All right, so let's go back. Data quality check. This is again next one, very important. Missing values, duplicate records. Remember this? We discussed about this yesterday also. So previously we used to do this manually, but now I'm least bothered because I don't have time. I want to save time. Though I have time, I need to spend my time in cafeteria rather than sitting in front of my desk, right? So everyone wants to spend their time, relax, right? So when you have something very friendly, which can help you in solving the problems very soon, then why to bother sitting in front of system and keep on doing it manually? Okay, people, I'll tell you, I am one of the laziest person who always try to find the easiest way to finish the task. Okay, I'll tell you what I did morning. Today morning, you know what I did? The laziest thing I'll tell you. Not now. After the slides, all the slides get over, I'll tell you what I did. Okay. That's why, sometimes you should be lazy. This, what is that guy? Bill Gates, is mentioned something that we should hire the laziest people. Why? Because they'll find the simplest way, easiest way to finish the task. To be very frank, I was something like that only. You know why? I don't know whether you call me lazy or my talent or whatever you call. Okay. If any task they'll give to me, I used to automate that. But that time we didn't have chat GPT or anything. So, what we used to do? We used to sit and write the programs so that one button click, everything should get over. So this was observed by my HR. Okay. That HR, what she did? All the tasks she wanted to automate. So I helped her. So now her job is just to click on one button, her task is done. Now she is also sitting in cafeteria. Okay, spend most of her time in cafeteria. So People don't do that. Don't try that because you cannot handle managers like me. I know how to handle managers, so I used to do that. But you know what managers will say? If you go and keep sitting in cafeteria, they'll say you're not working on. They'll not think about your task has been finished. So you should be able to answer also. Okay. So don't go and tell when you get a job, especially freshers. I went to an institute that sir told automate everything and go sit in cafeteria. Don't do that. Okay. I'm just telling my experience. Don't follow all my experiences. Right. So now we have so many data quality checks. What we'll do is we'll try to check this in the chat GPT itself. Okay. Let's go here. How to check that? Say we can specify all the list of things, but otherwise we can also go here and mention, say, please check the data quality and mention if there are any data cleaning to be done. Let's see. Right. Duplicate order IDs found. Completely duplicate rows found. Missing customer ID found. See, can you see this? There are so many cleanings to be done. Okay. And it has given the severity also. And it is given the action also. See how ChatGPT is. It is helping us so much. People, now what we can also do is we can write some prompts in Claude and then we can clean it. Now to write that prompt, again, I don't sit and type. I will say the duplicate records. Okay. It also has given what are the duplicate records also. See, everything is given here only. We can also mention, write a prompt to clean all the list you have mentioned, which I will use in Claude to clean the data. That's all. That also I'll not tell. See here. Can you see this? This is the prompt. Now, if I give this to Claude, it will go and it will clean the data, but I don't have that credit, sir. So I cannot show you now. But otherwise, see people. So you can go, you can still, reduce this prompt length. It will not take such big prompt actually. There is some limits, the number of characters. But people, it is so simple now. Okay. Now the question arises, will all the companies allow to do this? Now I'm telling that it's so easy, we can do all these things. But will the companies allow all this? Now, people, let me tell you, most of the companies have started using this AI tools. Okay. They started using AI tools. So now you should not think that, okay, now the companies, whether they'll allow or not, still I'll go and work manually. Don't do that mistake. Why? Because imagine when they start using it, they've started using it, or say they've already implemented it, then what will you do? You cannot go in the end moment and go start studying and, if they ask, sir, I cleaned my data. I know how to clean the data. You should know manually also. But I use this way actually so that I can save some time, so that I can have some more time in QCing. I can have some more time in actually understanding the problems, what still I can, correct it. So, just turn something like that. Be diplomatic. Instead of telling them, sir, I actually went, I checked duplicate records manually. I got this, I deleted this. You know how it will be. You'll think that, oh, this guy is still outdated. It was actually good before AI era. But now you have to think like how fast I can do this, how accurate I can give, how much of the quality of the reports, dashboards I can give. Okay. The people, you can go and you can, if you think that it's too big, you can go one by one and also you can give. That also is possible. Okay. All right. So data cleaning is also understood. We can do that. We can go to cloud and we can clean the data. Okay. Data cleaning and preparation, just now we did, right? So here, this is the same example yesterday we had. Data cleaning is the process of identifying and correcting or handling problems in data so it can be used reliably for analysis. Okay. Let me show you one simple example, very simple example. If you are not cleaning the data, what happens? Okay. Let's minimize and we'll go to this Excel. Okay. Let me take a new. We'll take one simple, very simple example, right? Let's go here. Let's say I have, okay, we'll say city and we'll say price. Just two columns, enough. We'll say and we'll have take smaller value. Okay. It's easy for us to count. Okay, enough. Now you see, we have two cities, right? Which has got some are correct, some are not correct. Now what I'll do, I will select this. I'll go to this insert and I'll create a pivot table. Okay. I'll say create. I'll take this city. I'll take this. Can you see this? Bangalore, there are three different records. We call it as line items. Can you see this? Yeah. It is saying 70, 40, and 10. Imagine I'll take a count. Let me take this city and I'll put it here. See, Bangalore 2, Bengaluru 2, this one 1, Chennai, totally 8 records. But actually, how many are there? Only 2 cities. Now let me go back. And I will correct it. I'll make it as Bengaluru everywhere. And Chennai, I'll correct it. Now let me go back here. And then I'll say refresh. See? How many are there? Only 2 cities. And can you see this total sum? How many are there? You see? Understood why we should actually clean the data? Just an example. This one simple example. If there is no records, missing records also will have a problem. Imagine there is one data missing here. And now if I go here and say refresh, see, data mismatch. So it is very important, data clean. People, I'll tell you, my favorite task is data clean. You will enjoy like anything. You will be having lot of tensions, lot of things. If you see that data, it will be like garbage. But to bring that into one shape, that is an art actually. I love that, data clean. Now it has become very easy. that I don't have to do anything. Just go to now. I'm doing that only. I'm going to Claude, just mention everything it is doing. But we used to sit 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 8 hours. We used to clean that. It's like an art from raw to a finished product. We used to do that. Okay. So we used to enjoy. So now AI has spoiled all the skills, but company wants things to be faster. So if you want to go and show your talent there, they'll say, I want to finish my project soon. So you please keep your all your talents aside and make sure that you learn something which project can be finished. So we have to agree with them. Otherwise, we cannot fill our stomach. Correct. All right, people. So this is one example of data cleaning. Okay. Let's go back. Data quality detective. What we did now. We checked, right? There was some problem that city names were not proper. So you can go, you can detect everything, say duplicate rows, missing values. Did you see that? It was mentioning there was some duplicate records. Detecting means trying to check, auditing. Okay. So this will come under data cleaning itself. If you find anything like, something like this, so try to clean that. Choosing the right tool. Now comes the next level after data cleaning. Everything is done, data is ready. Next, what we should do? Choosing the right tool. Excel, Power BI, Tableau. Last week, I finished one Python class. After that, I told I'll take dashboard class. Okay. So in the class, one of the person was asking, Sir, are we working on Excel or are we learning in Power BI? Okay. See, the confusion is dashboard means whether we should work on Excel or Power BI or Tableau or what. Dashboard is nothing but it will just give the information about the data. Now, in which tool we are doing, that depends on the client, it depends on the analyst. Previously, we used to teach dashboard in Excel, but later the requirement got changed. Now the requirement is the dashboard can be in Excel, Power BI, or the Tableau, or in Python also we can. So now in our dashboard, what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach the dashboard fundamentals and then try to create the reports in all these tools, because the companies we don't know what they're expecting. Understood? So people, dashboard is same in all the tools. It's only that how we are using the tool that differs, the layouts. But if you say when you go to this Excel, when you are having very less data, when you think that the efforts are very less, then go for Excel. But if you think about the business perspective, Excel has got low cost. The next is Power BI or Tableau. There is more advanced way, and we can finish the dashboard very soon. Same reports we can create in Excel, Power BI, Tableau. Okay. So all the other business intelligence tools. Now it is you and the client have to decide. Some clients say, I want in Power BI. Some clients will say, you please decide and tell we are ready to take any kind of dashboards. So it is you and the client. Sometimes what happens? There are some data, huge data. That time we don't recommend Excel file. Why? Because huge data, it will not withstand. There are limits. Then go for Power BI. Understood? So not a competition of any tools. Say, don't learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, or Python. The competition. Which tool is appropriate for this requirement? I have 5 lakh records. Then I don't recommend Excel. I'll say go for Power BI or Tableau. I have 1,000 records, static report, or say some slide dynamic report. Go for Excel. I have a project. They're paying only 25,000 rupees. They rejected that they're not giving me 1 lakh rupees. Then go for Excel only. because it's very low cost, right? So there are so many parameters actually, so many parameters. Depending on those parameters, you have to decide. Now, as a fresher, it's very difficult for you to take the decision. So your senior will actually take the decision. But still, I'm telling you, if you're actually working on a project, you can easily know that, right? The capacity, what data we have, how can we actually handle this project. That you will know whether you're a fresher or a student. Okay. So decide which tool and then start working. Don't just directly go to Excel and start working because I know Excel. Should not do that. See, just given some comparison here. Good for what? Say small to medium data set. Just go through this. Okay. So depending on the situation, depending on the requirement, and depending on the capacity, we can decide which tool we want. Okay. So just go through this. The professional decision framework. What is the problem? What data do we have? Okay. Then how large or complex is the data? What analysis is required? What output does the business need? Which tool is more appropriate? Just follow this. People, keep this PPT with you, keep this presentation with you. I'll tell you, this is one of the simplest way of understanding the complete data. Okay. Right. So choosing the right tool. So I was just mentioning you, right? Scenario one, 5,000 records, go for Excel. Then millions of transaction records. You want to do some extraction of the data, queries and all, go for SQL. Management wants an interactive dashboard, go for Power BI Tableau. Automate the process and go for Python. So depending on the requirement, please choose the tool. Okay. The complete analytics workflow, this already we discussed. Remember that at the beginning. So same thing, you just go through this. Live project, I have discussed all this already. So try to work on this project. Okay, otherwise I'll send you a link where I've worked on the entire project. Try to work on that. But people, if you are, coming to the class, the 1 month complete class is there, right? In that we'll be working more of projects. More of projects. We'll work more of projects. We'll try to take some 2 to 3 projects. First, we'll understand the entire project, and then we'll understand the AI tools, and then we'll see which tool. So, in this 1 month complete fast track, what we are doing. So, we are trying to change some scenarios actually here. So, what I'm thinking that we'll bring the complete project first. The one is from HR, one is from sales, one is from project management. So, we'll say I'll just select some 3 to 4 projects. We'll try to understand the project, and then we'll go reverse order this time. And then we'll think about one project in Excel, one project in Power BI, and one project in SQL. So like that we'll do. So that it'll be like we learn all the 3 technologies. So this will help us in learning, experiencing, and also finishing our project. So within 1 month, it is very difficult to learn all the tools and then work on the project. Instead, what we'll do, we'll take the project. In that project, we'll try to learn all the concept, whatever is there in Excel, Power BI, or SQL. That will make you more experienced. And also, we'll try to work on some small internship also, which will help you in updating your LinkedIn profile as well. Okay. All right. So we'll work on that. So dashboard insight, already I told you that 5W and 1H, framework. So we'll have to follow that, right? Presenting insights. So presenting insights, sometimes we directly take the dashboard itself. Sometimes we take it in PPT presentation. So that we can do actually, right? The key takeaways from this session, already I told whatever now we'll be learning. So I made you understand few things, but people, as told, next week you're starting the sessions. You people will be working on projects directly, and along with that, I'll also teach you all the technologies with the AI. Okay. All right, people. So I told you before we close the session, I told you I'll be showing you something, right? Let me show you something. Here, You can see all these are PDF files, right? I'll tell you. You know what happened? Morning, I was just checking all these Word file. This Word file, it will be a little difficult for you to take the printouts. Then I thought, okay, let me give this PDF to you. Okay, so it will be like very less space also. So one file I opened, and I was thinking that I will do it manually. I'll convert this into PPT. But later I thought, why not I create one code? Okay, why not create one Python code? I went to ChatGPT and I told that I want some code to convert this into PDF. It gave me code. I ran the code. It gave me all these PDFs also. But later, again and again, I have to go and keep on running that code in the Python itself. Then I asked ChatGPT that, no, I don't want like this. Give me one code where I can make it as a one application itself, so that I can use it or any others can use it whenever they want. So this can be like a PDF converter. You know what I did? Let me show you. So I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave me one code, and finally I was able to build one project itself in just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I'll show you how this works. When I open this, see, not a single line code I have written. I wrote only one prompt in ChatGPT. It gave me the entire thing like this. Now I can go here, just say browse. I can give, let's say, for example, I'll take this only. Okay. I'll select the folder. Selected this folder. Now you see, I'll say convert. 11 files are there. Okay. Just see this converting. Literally, I didn't write even a single line code. See, it's converting. It'll take some time because many files are there. I'll show you the code also here. See, just open this and I'll show you. See the code. So many lines. So I could have just taken that code, ran that over. That one task is done. But later on, I thought this might be very useful for me. Then I asked ChatGPT, create one exe file for me. How to create that? It gave me some code. I ran that. Now I got this exe file. Now you see. Now this I can give it to anyone. People, let me tell you one more thing. This is how there are some people who are making money also. You can make one application. How many of them know how to do this? Now imagine, I'll tell you this kind of, see that. Okay, I'll close it now. Now let's go back to our folder. I'll just go back to my folder. Okay. See this? See the time? 1:33. See? Previously, to do this, I used to do this. I have written the code also for this in VBA. It took me almost one whole day for sitting and typing and again searching in Google and all. But now it's done in 5 minutes. Now, if someone doesn't know anything, I'll go and I'll say, sir, see this one PDF converter. So you take it for 1,000 rupees, I'm giving them. Like this, if I sell it for some 15 to 20 people, then done. No? Just selling. Okay. If you have that marketing strategy, you can think about these kind of things. AI tools can do anything. Some people are actually working on websites. They're selling that websites. They're working on websites, designs, movies. Yesterday, I saw on YouTube one fellow is actually making songs. Even I actually tried, but I didn't have time. You can make songs and you can sell the songs. I had copyright section. I have 400 songs which are copyrighted, but I don't have time to upload it. You can make money like that also. So there are a lot of things. Okay. But again, people, those things are temporary. If everyone do like that, then there is no value. Okay. But yes, I'm telling technically these things you can do. But people, if you're taking as a career, see, I'll always suggest all of you, don't go with shortcuts in earning money or something. That is left to you, secondary income, whatever you do. But develop the skills, what we mentioned here, right? All this data analytics, data science, data engineer, cloud engineering, AI engineering, because these things will remain forever. People. Some shortcuts will be there to make money. That will be like only for temporary. Okay. So what I'm telling all of you, make your career as much strong as possible. Okay, especially students and freshers. I know it is difficult to get job now, but it is not that it is impossible to get job, right? Difficult, yes, but there is nothing called as impossible, correct? So try out, work practically, and next week when the session starts, we'll start with the project itself. We'll make sure that the industry, whatever they are looking for, will start from there. We'll go reverse order this time. We'll try this also. Let's see. Okay. Right, people. So I will stop the session here and we'll meet at 2:30, the second session for replacements. So people who are there online, any questions? How was the session? Just let me know. I will answer your questions if you have any questions. Or if you have any questions, make a note. We'll meet in the second session and then we can take it through. Okay. Right, people. So next session, I'll be giving you my number. So all this, see, here I have all the checklist, career planner, then LinkedIn, say, prompts, everything is there. So I'll be sharing this with you so you can utilize that. Okay. Right, people. So I'll end the event now. We'll meet at 2:30 with the second session. Okay. Take care, people. What is agent AI? Is it important to learn agent AI? Who else is of no use? No, no, no. See, it's more technical question what she's asking. Chandrakala, I'll explain. See, I'll tell you what. Now, let's say I am the manager, and in my team there are 4 people. One is actually working on data cleaning. One is working on dashboard. One is working on data collection, and one is actually QCing. 4 people are there. Now, the AI agent and agentic AI. Say what AI agents will do. AI agents will actually try to work on each task assigned. Agentic AI will monitor all these AI agents. AI agents are something which we train the system and make them work. They work automatically. Once we train and leave, they'll be keep on working. Agentic AI is a person who actually monitor all these agents. For that, there are so many technical things. Like we have, tools like make.com. Then we have, what is that? N8N. Chat GPT also we can do. Python also we can do some agents. They'll work automatically. Is it good to learn? Now you don't have to develop AI agents at all. Ready-made AI agents are already come. For example, let's say there are some agents where they take calls. Nowadays you get calls or you call someone. Previously it was like press 1 for something, press 2 for something. Those are all recorded messages, static. But now slowly they are removing that. They are including AI agents. What is that? When I call someone, it will answer as if some customer care is answering. Most of the things are already happening. Those are called as AI agents. Now, how that can be useful in data analytics? as of now, you're just using it for some data cleaning part and all. We train it and we leave it, so it will do it by itself. But again, it is 100% not guaranteed. So AI agents are nothing but they are something like us only, but they are machines who are trained. The agents, they will work on behalf of us. Chandrakala, you understood? Chandrakala, you're there? Understood? Okay, I feel Chandrakala would have understood. So I'll catch you guys at 2:30. Yeah, okay. Right, people. So thank you so much. See you guys in the next session. Bye bye.